while Frederick City and Frederick County obviously have much more history than just the Civil War, it was a very important part of what occurred here during the 19th century.
These places, it sets them aside for future generations. As we all know, history is designed for us to look back and learn from what we did before. And I think setting these places aside and preserving them allows us to learn from the past, learn from the struggles.
Monocacy National Battlefield is a historical park stretching over more than 1,600 acres just 3 miles south of the city of Frederick, Maryland. On this land, in July 1864, a small battle occurred between Union forces under General Lew Wallace and a Confederate army under Jubal Early. Along the banks of the Monocacy River, more than 20,000 soldiers fought to determine the fate of the nation's capital. Casualties as a result of the battle numbered more than 2,000. But today, the scenic farmlands along the Monocacy are silent witnesses to a different battle. The growing city of Frederick sprawls out far from its 1860s boundaries, and suburbia now intrudes on this important historical site.
Development's been a major impact to the park ever since I came here back in 1997. The amount of residential development and industrial development to the north and to the south of the park, kind of bordering the two edges of the park, has dramatically increased. So we have a lot more residential housing and the impacts that are associated with it, from sedimentation and erosion of our streams and our landscapes that way, but also from increased use, vehicle traffic, increased visitor use is a good thing sometimes, but we also have to balance visitor use with making sure that we're preserving and protecting our resources as well.
Over the past 5 years, the park has faced one of its greatest threats, when Frederick County proposed a trash incinerator near the Monocacy River.
Putting such a large facility so close, ruining the landscape. Again, while we can see 270, that's kind of far away, and depending upon the trees, sometimes we can't see that as well. But when the incinerator is there was no like squinting your eyes and getting a feel for what it may have looked like.
After years of protests and delays, the multi-million-dollar project was scrapped earlier this year.
We worked very long and hard to make sure that we made our voice and the voice of our visitors and the public known to the county in the siting of the incinerator. So it was a very long process, a very hard process, but one that we feel was in the best interest of the public. We're talking about preserving and protecting this landscape. We really do feel that ultimately the right decision was made, and it will benefit this park and also the park users. This park is really kind of an oasis for people, for them to come and enjoy a fairly serene setting here in the battlefield, enjoy our park trails, and I can see its increasing use and benefit to the local community as a real local and community type of experience.
It's that, we can't stop time, and as historians, history is happening right now. History happened 5 minutes from now. And it's not the idea that I think often people think of preservationists as people who don't want to see things change, who don't want to promote commercialism, who don't want to see tourists coming in. But Frederick is so oriented towards preservation. One of the reasons that Frederick really is the vital community it is now, whether it's the city or the surrounding areas into the county, has to do with the fact that Frederick looks very much like it did in the 19th century. The fact that, when the Confederates and the Unions came through here, no one burnt the town down. We fortunately, industrialization bypassed Frederick for many years. So Frederick wouldn't be the vibrant community it now if it wasn't for preservation.